Hey everyone, Games Apprentice back with another video, and this week I'm going to be talking about this beautiful piece of kit, the Steam Deck. So I was a little late to the party with the Steam Deck. They were difficult to get hold of and I had initial reservations like, did I need one? What could a Steam Deck do that a modded Vita or a modded Switch couldn't do? Was it just going to be another piece of tech that just gathered dust? Could I convince my employer that it was something I needed for work using corporate buzzwords?
Have we considered the synergy?
Well, I've had it for a few months now and quite simply put, it's awesome and I've got 5 reasons why. I'm still trying to gauge interest for Steam Deck content, so if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up to let me know. Now I need to start by saying that I'm a big fan of handheld gaming personally, and I have been for decades. I find it such a convenient way to play games. Sure, it's not quite as immersive as big screen gaming, and maybe not quite as comfortable having to battle against glare. But if like me you've got a busy life, then it's a great way to get in some more game time as you can play it literally anywhere. Now if you're not into handheld gaming, what are you doing here? Maybe you just wanted to buy tech because you don't have said tech, or you've already bought one and you're just trying to justify your purchase. If this is you, or you do like handhelds and you're still on the fence, then hopefully this video will help. If none of these scenarios describes you and you're still watching, then you're either a very loyal subscriber or you're my mum. Hi mum. Here are my 5 reasons why the Steam Deck is awesome. Remote play was a really cool feature on the PlayStation Vita, but the PlayStation Vita didn't have L2 or R2 buttons. You had to use the annoying back touchpad. There's no issue with that on the Steam Deck though. Even better still, you can modify your controls to suit your needs. For example, I used it when grinding in a cool manly action game to hold down the attack button instead of constantly having to hammer it to swing my keyblade. I mean big gun. Sports! The only reason remote play isn't higher up the list is because personally I've had issues with sound where it's just been a bit weird and I've had to just turn off sound completely. So I've only played it with games where sound's not really a necessity. At this point I'm basically done with Vampire Survivor. I've put like 30 hours into it, but I've enjoyed every minute I've played and it's perfect for the Steam Deck. If for some reason you haven't heard of this phenomenon of a game, it's basically a roguelike bullet hell shooter where you just move your character around, it auto-fires and you level up. It's incredibly simple but requires strategy, skill and a lot of time. It's addictive and it's incredibly cheap for the amount of time you could easily pump into it. Make sure you get this one. Half the fun of the Steam Deck for me is finding out the hard way if something works on it that I've got already in my Steam library. Transformers War for Cybertron, GTA 4 and Psychonauts are just some of the games that I've started but never finished, and I've always wanted to go back to them, but they just never came to a handheld device. Being able to play these games in my preferred way of gaming is awesome, and I can't wait to find out what other games are in my Steam library that I'd completely forgotten about as well. Now if it's not already obvious, I love retro games. I've been able to play up to say the Dreamcast on my phone or my custom firmware Switch is awesome, but I've already played those games to death over the last 20 years. The PlayStation 2, however, I kind of missed the first time round, and it's got such a large, robust library of games for me to sink my teeth into. Sure, I've got a PlayStation 2 literally over there, but it doesn't look great on modern TVs, and most importantly, it's not handheld. If I can't play Dragon Quest VIII, one of the greatest JRPGs of all time, with my pants around my ankles while sat on the toilet, then quite frankly, I don't want to play it. Now for the most part, I like to own my own media. It's frustrating when I'm watching a show on Netflix and it disappears, and it's years before my favourite radio psychiatrist comes to another streaming platform. But there's no denying that just like with music, television and films, that cloud streaming is the future of video games, whether you like it or not. Being able to play a large game that you've never even heard of before instantly is just some serious sci-fi shit. Sure, Game Pass takes a little bit of extra effort to get working on the Steam Deck using the Edge browser workaround, but it's absolutely worth it because it's flawless. PlayStation Plus is on there as well. It takes, again, a little bit of effort to get it working, but again, it works flawlessly. There's a few issues loading games, but once you're in there, it's great. I've tried Game Pass previously on my Google Pixel to varying degrees of success, but it's been so much better on the Steam Deck, and it suits me perfectly because I opted for the smaller hard drive, so win-win. There's just something about being able to just pick up a handheld console and just launch straight into a new game, especially if you like to try out lots of different games. So those are my top 5 reasons for loving the Steam Deck. But there are tons of other reasons too. Being able to play MMOs on the go, taking your Steam library easily around to your friends, or playing the latest AAA games in the buggiest way possible. These are all great reasons. Do you love the Steam Deck and what are you playing on it? Let me know in the comments, and thanks so much for watching. Feel free to click that subscribe button and I'll hopefully catch you next time.